Hello guys, welcome to Canon Vlogs, and today the topic of my video is new immigrants life in Canada. So guys, in this video I'm gonna talk about when a new people come to Canada, what are the difficulties and challenges they face. I will also tell you how to overcome these challenges or these difficulties. So guys, to know all this information, please watch the video till the end. And here is the first challenge, and that is finding a job in your own field. Here in Canada, all the people who do regulatory professions or who are in the regulatory professions, they are required to get a license and as well as a certification from Canadian institution before they apply for a job. Now, to obtain a certification or a license, it may require you from 3 months to 1 year period of time. So until you get a certification as well as a license from Canada, you are not allowed to work, okay, in your own field, in your profession. So let's say, for example, if you don't know what is this regulatory professions, which is like, for example, a doctor, right, or any professions in the medical industry, right? Let's at the same time other professions like teacher, jobs in a bank, right, securities. So these are the professions, you need a license first, even like the heavy driver, right? You need to have a license first, and then and certain certifications from Canadian institutions. Then only you can apply for a job, and there will be a chance for you to get a job, right? So this is the requirement, regulatory requirement, right? So these are the things. So until then, until you get your license, your certifications, you are not allowed to work in your own field. So that is another frustration so most of the people face. So but those are very liable, okay? So because we can't perform anything, right? This is new country, new policy, new rules, okay? So like that, and that is not only the problem, even the other profession, other jobs, like let's say for example accountant and the engineering field or different other IT field, like even in these other professions also, it will be difficult for you to get a job in your own field, because simply is that the Canadian employees mostly, they want the experience in Canada. You need to build some experience in Canada. Then how you can do that? Simply look for any other job, right? It's a normal basic job in the sales or in the restaurants, in the cafes and kind of a thing. So these kind of frustrations people often face. So guys, so that is the one challenge, okay? Finding a job in your own field. All right, okay, now the challenge number 2, and the challenge number 2 is commute. Thing is that here the problem in Canada is that bigger Canada is a vast country, and the cities are also very vast, very big, right? So being a cities are very big, most of the industries, factories, warehouses, they are at the outside suburb area of the main city, and in most of these locations there are no transportation facility, because there are no any connectivity, because here in Canada most of the people, they drive, right? They drive their own vehicle, and the bus services are not very connected to all different other locations, different other places. Within the city area, yes, the bus services you will get it easily, right? But if you go outside the suburb area, there are not enough buses are there, and if there are bus service also, then there is a very long waiting time, like from one bus to another bus to wait for another time. You may need to wait another at least like 40 to 1 hour time. So these are kind of a difficult in most of the areas. There are no bus services, and when the employer, they publish the job vacancies, they clearly write in the job vacancy, in the job descriptions, there is no bus service, there's no public transportation available. All the applicants, they must drive, they must have their own vehicle, so something like that. So now in this kind of challenges, so when you're new in Canada, obviously you don't have your own vehicle, right? You don't have your own license, kind of a thing, because you're quite new. It will take time for you to get all these things. So now because of that, you can't apply for a job in different other areas, right? So now you are compelled to do a job within the city area, right? Let's say for example, you have an experience in like the gold mining, you have experience in the engineering, you have an experience in the warehouse, kind of a thing. But like in most of the warehouses here in outside suburb area, there are no bus transport services. Now it's very difficult, and those small warehouses which are here in the city area, they are highly competitive. So it will be very difficult for you to get a job, get an interview. So and ultimately what happens then, people, when they can't get a job, then they ultimately go to McDonald's, KFC, Tim Hortons, and all the kind of malls and supermarket for this simple to get easy jobs, which is sales representative or sales associate kind of a job. So again, so this is kind of a situation is here, right? So that's another problem. Commute in Canada, right? There is no public transportation in it's in every suburb area or small or big towns, right? So that's another difficulties mostly when new people come to Canada, and when they look for a job, they are very limited for them, because transportation is another problem, right? Third challenge is loneliness. Here in Canada, people don't walk outside, like if you go to downtown, if you go to the market area, if you go to like a city, right? You will see no people. It's very quiet. Nobody's outside. As if you feel like there is some kind of a curfew is going on. There's some kind of a strike, so, something like that. You feel like that. Like it's a ghost town. You'll see nothing, nobody, just empty road, nothing. And if you go inside the mall, there you'll see the people. But outside on the roads, kind of thing, nothing. It's very quiet. Very one or two people you'll see. Otherwise, none at all, because everybody, those who have their own vehicle, they just drive their vehicle, and the other people, they ride the bus, and they just go to the destiny, and like that. There is no there is no people around. You'll not find any kind of a noise, like people talking, chit chat, hanging around. No, nothing. Even not only that, in the downtown city area, town area, even in your neighborhood, you'll see nobody. Like even I see in my neighborhood, in my next door, who lives there. I don't know. I have never seen them. Like there are houses, all around their houses. I know that the people live there. I can see their vehicle, but I have seen nobody. I don't know who lives there, just opposite my house. I don't know, right? It's like that. So life is here is very quiet, and then nobody talks to nobody. Nobody understands nobody. There's no hanging around, sitting outside in your veranda, right, veranda or outside, and talking to neighbor each other, like what you can see there down in South Asia, in Asian countries, right? People hang around during the day off, in the holidays, just sit outside and talk to each other, neighborhood, the children play outside, right? In here in Canada, no, you can't see such kind of a thing, right? Like children, they how did they have any friends? Most of the children computer video games they play inside their house, or otherwise like just their parents take the children in the car and to go to the park, right? Just go to in the park, and the children play there in the park, but not in their house, in the neighborhood. No, there's no such kind of thing. So so due to that one, what happens when new people come to Canada, and when we go around, look around, you see nobody, right? And they'll be very quiet, and so you feel more homesick, there's more loneliness, they're not around. So it's very difficult for them to cope with these kind of environment, kind of situations, So that is another challenges. I feel the same thing, when I first came to Canada, and when I went to downtown, and I was going around, right? As soon as I get off from the bus, and I was looking and going around, nothing, nobody. I could see only me and my wife just walking alone in the road. There's nobody on the road. So it's like that. So that's the situation here in Canada. So but slowly, you will get used to it, and you will you feel like then later you feel that it's the most better, because it's very quiet, very peaceful, it's like that. So this is the situations, like in the earlier days, you feel very homesickness, loneliness, because of the very quiet, I would say lone neighborhood. So guys, this is another challenge for the new immigrant in their earlier days here in Canada. Now I will tell you a few things to overcome these challenges or these problems, or we can say minimize these kind of problems. Okay, the first thing is that learn driving, and at least 1 year experience, and have at least 1 year experience, okay, in your home country. All right, so if you have your own driving license from your home country, and if you have an experience for over 1 year, right, in your own country, then when you come to Canada, you can get the Canadian driving license within a 1 week time. Okay, so all you need is that you have to just surrender your license, the home country license here, give a computer test, and then whenever you're ready, you can give a road test. All right, in the within a one week period of time. So directly you can give a road test, and then you can get a license. So it will be very easy for you, and getting a car, buying a car is not that very difficult. You can buy a second-hand, right, used car here. You can get it in $2,000 to $3,000 Canadian dollars. So in that way, you know, like it will be more, life will be more better, and then you can have a more option to, you know, find a job even from outside city area or from the suburb area, right? So there will be, this will give you more opportunity to get a job, okay? So when you have your own commute, when you have, right? So that's why my advice is that to all of you, learn driving, four-wheeler, okay? Learn driving and get license of your home country before you come to Canada. All right, so that is one my first advice. And the second is that, you know, no matter what job you do in your home country, but also I advise you get have a experience in sales or in the cashier. So these two professions, you know, like what we say here in Canada, you know, we call these are survival jobs, okay? Like sales job and the cashier job, these are the survival jobs, you know, easy to get, right? So and for mostly this, for this kind of jobs, you know, minimum experience is okay. All right, so that's why, you know, like if you have some kind of a experience in your home country, and as well as like, you know, you have some kind of a training or certificates, will be a very good, okay? So that, you know, it will be very easy for you to get a job here, okay, in different other sales positions. So that's why, you know, like even if you're an engineer, even if you do a bigger job there, but at least, you know, like if you have some kind of sales job or customer service experience, this kind of things, you know, like it's a necessity, right, to give you more opportunity in your earlier days, you know, so that, you know, you will be not sitting idle in your home, right? You're doing nothing and just spending money. So that's why, you know, like the sooner you get a job when you come to Canada, it is better, because life in Canada is very expensive, and as we all know that Canada is one of the most expensive country in the world, right? Everything costs money here. As soon as you go out from your house, money is gone, right? So that's why, you know, the sooner you get a job, it's better. And to get a job as soon as possible, you must have some kind of training certificates, diploma certificates, experience, right? So think about all these kind of things, okay? So before you come to Canada, get a good training in the sales and cashier, as well as do some kind of a job, whether it's a part-time job kind of a thing, so that at least you have an experience in salesmanship, you have an experience in customer service, you have an experience in cashier. So any kind of this role is very nice and easy to get here in Canada, okay? So this is so that, you know, all these, what are the jobs, you know, we are talking about earlier, right? So of course, like I told you, you know, that, you know, finding a job in your own field, it's difficult, but not impossible. So but what you have to do is that, you know, get a job in Canada, get some experience, doesn't matter in what field, get an experience, Canadian experience, and then with that experience you can apply later in your own field, right? Because sales is kind of a job, you know, that is, well, the skills of sales is mostly transferable in different other positions, right? Customer service is a transferable skill, you know, it's applicable in different other professions. So customer service experience is a very good experience, right? Customer care, customer service, this kind of thing. So guys, get training of this kind of thing before you come to Canada, all right? That's my advice. So guys, so that's all for today. So these are some difficulties, these are the challenges the new immigrants face when they come to Canada. There are many other challenges I didn't mention here, which are very common, like you know that, like the weather problem, right? Canada is a very cold country, so well, everybody knows that. So you should always have preparation in your mind that you are coming to Canada. That means you have to bear minus 30 minus 40 degree temperature here. That's cold, extreme cold. So this I would say that this is a very this is a common thing, so that's why I didn't mention in the video. But yeah, so but the basic the problem is those three challenges I told you at the very beginning, right? Another thing I like to mention is that, you know, it's not that there's a huge unemployment here in Canada, there's a job crisis in Canada. No, it's not like that. It's simply because Canadian employer, you know, they first prefer somebody from Canadian experience. Okay, it's not that they only look for Canadian. They're looking for experience, Canadian experience, no matter what nationality you are, okay? Alright guys, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I will come up with another video next week. Until then, take care, have a good day.